What's going on, and welcome to the Stick Drift Awards. What's going on, and welcome to the Stick Drift podcast. So you know what? Let's start with the SUVs of the week. So it was the article that said the Crew 3 could be named Motorfest. A Toyota have an electric car that has sold but doesn't sell, and you can't buy it, but there has been 6 bought. Yes, welcome to the... I was looking as well. This is also, I believe, the 10th episode of the Stick Drift podcast.
It's been the 10th episode for like a week, for like a month.
Yeah, but this is, I'm fairly certain, the 10th episode of the Stick Drift podcast. And also, at that same time, this is the first annual... Oh no, this is the 11th episode. Damn, that's a bummer right to begin with. But yes, this is the first annual Stick Drift Awards. In fact, today we will be going through everything in cars, in racing, in racing games. With it paused the music already. Well, I've changed I've moved the tab and the music stopped. Oh my god!
I forgot how uncomfortable this is.
Yes, we're dressed for the occasion because today we will be going through the categories. Worst cancellation, the best cancellation, also known as the Thank God It's Gone Awards. The best concept of the year, the goofiest concept of the year, the best new car, the worst new car, the best innovation, the best refresh, the worst brand, the wildest car headlines, the best car media, best car gaming moment, ongoing racer, and motorsports moments of 2022 on a podcast that hasn't actually been here for the whole of 2022. So there may be a bit of bias. Yeah, there may be a tad bit of bias, but this is the first and shall be the most grand Stick Drift Awards. We're going for the top 2 top 2 award shows of the year. It's gonna go the Oscars, and then it's gonna go the Stick Drift Awards.
Yeah, easily. Well, I mean, we might be a bit above.
We might actually be a bit higher. I mean, no hate to the Oscars, but we might end up dethroning them.
I don't think they can compete.
They couldn't really, but yes. Today, welcome back to the Stick Drift podcast, a podcast for all things car culture, racing games, and yes, today will be the Stick Drift Awards. We've got some categories, we've got some nominees, but of course we can begin with a little bit in the world of cars and car culture, which there hasn't been a lot, I don't think, this week.
Not really, as far as I'm aware.
Exclusive render, the Ferrari rendered their first electric. Ferrari EV coming. I don't know if it's from Ferrari. Oh no, this is what we think. Okay, it's just it's a car wow render.
So it's never gonna look like that.
No, and it you know what? Looking at it, I could tell you it's never gonna look like that just by looking at it. I mean, it's
a car.
It's this looking thing. That's not at all what the Ferrari's gonna end up looking like. No, not a chance. GM. Ultimate EV sedan. But if anything, most spotted while spotted are what's going on this week, and that is stuff along the lines of, and not even a lot of those, the BMW just a BMW, the 5 Series Touring has been spotted, a BMW wagon. BMW seems to, they're really going through everything and updating everything.
I mean, they have so many cars.
Yeah.
Like, but it seems like they update them every half a year or something.
Now I can't tell if this is even a spotted while spotted, but the Honda Civic is
it's
there.
The track version.
Oh, so is this the track version? It looks very cool. I like the wide body on the back. You can't see it because of the Stick Drift logo, but it goes like
basically a touring car version that they're going to sell to the public, but you can't drive on the road.
Yeah. So. It looks pretty cool, and honestly, finally, in all of that is the AMG GT, spotted with only a couple of things covered over. I mean, this was it's not very AMG GT shaped anymore, because I think we saw this a while ago as well. We saw this a couple weeks back. it's becoming a different car, I guess, but it's becoming just every other Merc is the issue. It's just becoming the same thing.
Close to an SLK than AMG GT.
Like, because the AMG GT is that long front type car, and the cockpit's just sort of been moving forward slowly, is what's been going on. And it's nice that they have a sportier car still. They haven't just scrapped it, but for now they haven't just scrapped it. It could definitely happen. But not a lot going on in the world of.
And Lucid Air Sapphire set a new quarter-mile production car world record
last week. The Lucid Air Sapphire, but turns out
with
that
normal
thing,
one is one we talked about.
Yeah,
this one is an extra $100,000.
So for an extra $100,000, you can basically get one of the fastest cars. Like
that's a 9.1 second quarter-mile stop.
Yeah. Now it does use
ridiculous.
It uses the Tesla hacks, right? Because the Tesla hack that is like you don't count the first couple miles or something. Because I swear that's an
miles would be quite impressive for a quarter
What is
mile.
it? Is that you don't count something, right?
It's like the first 12 foot or something.
Yeah, they use that exploit to, and I assume the only way
I think that's used
Tesla.
for 0 to 60. I think the quarter mile is.
Okay, well, if the quarter mile's legit,
We've done a 9.1
second
second quarter mile, not on a drag strip. Just on normal tarmac, so.
Incredibly impressive, and I mean,
it could easily do a 9 flat.
Yeah. I mean, the car clearly has it has more going for it than we initially thought. I mean, clearly Saudi Arabia makes some fast cars, is what.
So it costs $238,000.
Exactly, yeah. That is, it's a lot of money for a. It's a fast car, but it's just a sedan, essentially.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money for a sedan. Porsche Cayman GT4 E-Performance race car is one heart-pounding EV. They've got EV race cars while they're making a lot of their lineup EV. It looks interesting.
Looks like
the backlight is cool. I like that instead of having the two default-looking Porsche... I mean, they've still got the holes there, but they've got like that one strip light. It's a cool design, I suppose. Ford will imminently reveal an electric crossover, which will be its first car based on the Volkswagen's MEB. Now, I think
it's a Volkswagen.
This is that. It looks very. I don't know.
Teasing it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I might show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a Volkswagen. It's the same platform as the ID3, the ID4, the ID Buzz. It's just got a Ford shell on top of it.
And I mean, Ford is big enough that they're just big enough, I guess, right? I think you mentioned about this a couple of days ago that Volkswagen, with this direct of a partnership, they might be considering buying Ford.
Never afford it. They'd buy I reckon they'd try and buy a majority share. But
Ford's pretty big is the thing. Ford's just big on their own. And I mean, the other thing is a Mini Countryman. So on that, I think the fact that yes, it's a Mini. It looks a lot flatter on the front now that I look at it. It looks a lot wider and a lot more flat on the front.
It exists.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, to be fair. From that, we can now go on to the first annual, I say annual and I mean annual, Stick Drift Awards. Moving on to the first category in the Stick Drift Awards. Let's bring out the music. Yes, the first category on the first annual Stick Drift Awards is Worst Cancellation. And your nominees are... It's going to take me a minute because I've got to get the images up while I do it.
Bear in mind, this is very European bias.
The Ford Fiesta!
That is an awful image of the Fiesta.
Okay, I want to find the one that is the one. The Audi R8. Ooh. You can't even hear the music, so it's probably almost for you. Oh, wait, right, yeah. We literally just talked about this, I feel. But, I guess we were wrong. The AMG GT! Oh, the music's over. There we go. Replay it.
The AMG GT is getting cancelled, but it's being replaced with the
Yeah,
they're killing it, but then bringing it back as a different name, but it's slightly different. It's not exactly different. It's
I
being
assume
killed.
this one is about to be removed one. I assume it's its last model. This one that's there.
Yeah.
And your last nominee for worst cancellation is the Nissan 300Z.
370.
That's what I meant. Is what I meant. Yes. These are your nominees for worst cancellation. This will be the category that is, what cars did we really hate to see go this year? The cars that, now, when we started the podcast, straight away, it just felt like cars just started dying. Like, even before the podcast, I feel like we vaguely kept up with car news. And it wasn't just, this car's done, and this car's done, and this car's done, which is what it became as soon as we started the podcast.
Yeah.
It was just, oh, damn, Sid and Josh are making a podcast, God, kill everything.
NSX.
NSX, the
R8, TT,
F-Type,
Fiesta, F-Type.
there was like another hatchback that's gone as well. Yeah. Like, so much just went and got cancelled. Like, every single thing out of there got cancelled. But the two ones that we didn't actually have the privilege of having it happen during the podcast, the 370Z. I didn't know this thing had gotten cancelled. So we were looking through cancellations of the year, and yeah, this thing was one of them. I mean,
we aren't getting the replacement. So.
Yeah. So what? I assume the Z4, is that just replacing?
It's just
everything?
the Z4. If they replace this with the Z4, that'd be an embarrassment.
Oh yeah,
it's just called the Nissan Z.
The Nissan Z. That's what they call it. Yeah. But I guess that thing. Do they ever? So like the 350 and the 370, were they ever running simultaneously?
No, the 370 is a newer 350.
Yeah, it's a newer version. Okay, so yeah, so this seems run of the mill, I suppose. Yeah, it's just the 370s. Were they still making this one? Because
up until recently. Yeah.
What year is this car?
The Z prototype. I thought it's called the Z. The new one doesn't technically release until. I think it came out for the 2023 model year, but technically, so they made like 4 for this year.
Yeah.
They're not actually going to release properly until next year.
I mean, it's a cool looking. I like the Z prototype. I think the Z prototype is kind of cool. We're not getting it, but it looks pretty cool. The 370Z was 2008. 2008 to 2022. 14 years of the 370Z.
Aged fairly well.
Yeah. I mean, it was essentially just like, it's a jagged, essentially a sharper version of the 350. Like, the 350 is a rounder 370. Yeah. And I feel like that's even more so the case now. It's essentially gotten lower res. It's gotten like the Z prototype is like a bit blockier, but like a lower resolution version of this thing. But yeah, so we're moving on to the Z prototype. And another one that we weren't really privy to on the podcast, I mean, especially considering we just completely forgot about it to mention it in the opening segment, the AMG GT being cancelled. Again, this was on the list of cancellations.
When has anyone ever seen one of these? Like, they couldn't have solved that well.
I like that design. I like what they're going for. It is weird, the front being so long. Like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is like driving a clown shoe. It's you've got so much of the front area. It would just feel so far back. Yeah,
you are in the back half of the car while driving it. It just looks odd.
Yeah. An odd design, but I liked that it was unique, I guess. I remember I had one in the Crew 1, and I had like it was red, and it had like a livery on the side that was like
I'd say the Z3 is unique. It doesn't make it good.
True, yeah. I mean, that is true. But it was Mercedes' only kind of sportier car. Like, they've got all of their things that just blend in, like the SUVs,
the SLK is like a sports car.
Oh yeah, the SLK. That I mean, this was. Well, I don't know if these would have been at the same time. I suppose the SLK and this thing. But,
SLK was. I think they still make them.
Yeah.
If not, they only cancelled them really recently.
But I mean, yeah. So they've got all their complete just mush like just an amalgamation of like 50 different shapes of the same front of a car, and then they've got the G-Wagon and this thing. But I mean, at least they're keeping the Black Series, and they'll probably have some kind of replacement. But you know, yeah, Mercedes' only current sort of sporty car is on its way out. Which the newer ones that, like we said, the cockpit's just sort of slowly been moving forward. It's a lot less unique, but maybe probably a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got all Mercedes. I feel they've gotten really beefy recently. They've started to get like
every brand's gotten way too big recently.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the America effect or what, but the Audi R8. This was one of the first, I believe. It may have been. I think the first thing talked about, no, it was the second week of the Stick Drift podcast, was about the Audi R8 and the TT. And
I find it funny. Like, the only reason this was cancelled is because Audi don't get a pass from the European Union for emissions. And Lamborghini do. So it uses the same engine.
Yeah.
It's the same car. But it's like
Hurricane,
one is allowed to sell and one isn't.
Yep, because Italy, essentially, yep. It's, and the Audi TTs... Well, it's gone. Well, they're not even this easy. The R8, it's gone, and I don't... Did we talk about any kind of replacement for it? I don't think we did. The TT's been very overlooked.
I assume they're replaced with an EV. They could like the E8 or something.
I mean, that thing can actually get through any kind of regulations or those kind of regulations. But, I mean, even here, it's not been mentioned or anything, but even the TT, I feel like because the R8's been cancelled, the TT's kind of been completely overlooked. Even though that definitely would have been more... it's definitely the one I see more, and it's the more accessible one, etc. And I think the newer TTs, in person at least, they look pretty good. Like
they're also really expensive.
They're they're very expensive for the echelon of car.
If you can afford a brand new TTRS, you might as well get an R8.
Yeah.
Because they're both just as impractical.
It's got a lot more prestige too. Insurance would probably be... Because, you know, you go from that thing to a sports car.
Basically the same car.
Yeah, but it just looks-wise, the R8's like a sporty car, right? So, But yeah, Audi's only real sporty car has been nuked, and the last nominee, brought up as the first nominee, the Ford Fiesta. Ford's very iconic in the UK. I would say one of the most iconic UK hatchbacks ever.
This, the Civic, and the Corsa are the three cars. Just car, not PNG.
Exactly. They're the ones you'd see all the times. They're the cars that the UK, the hatchbacks that I would say the UK is most definitely known for. And Ford went ahead and cancelled it. They're not doing it anymore. The things...
They cancelled it for their new SUV.
Yeah.
The SUV. Because they didn't want to build new battery production plants. They're turning the Fiesta factory into
so that's what ended up happening. Yeah, so they don't want to... They want to reuse that factory, essentially, so they killed the Fiesta, because...
They will have no small cars once they discontinue this, by the way.
Well, the Fiesta only sells here in the UK, in Europe as well. Yeah, in Europe is the only place it sells.
America hasn't had Focus or Fiesta for years.
Yeah, so they're just not the cars for there, I guess. What hatchbacks do they drive? Well, they get Mustangs as their first car. They don't need to drive a hatchback, I
remember
guess.
seeing their Focus was a sedan, which is mind-blowing. Like, huh?
Yeah.
I think it was just a Mondeo rebadged as a Focus and then sold in the States, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't even get the Mondeo anymore. So.
No, but Ford killed one of them. I mean, in the month that they killed it, or maybe it was the month after, it came up again as the most sold car in the UK that month. Like,
it was second most sold car this month as well.
Yeah, they literally killed one of their highest selling cars. It's insane. They, The
amount of new, newish Fiesta STs you see around as well. It's just 23 grand for, I think, they're like 200 horsepower, 1.2 ton hatch. It's just a decent car, but yeah, I guess not anymore.
I feel like it really speaks to, realistically, like, we act all big, you know, we've got a big old queen, king, I guess. We've got, the king, and we're a global superpower or whatever, and we've got all these connections and whatever. But it really shows how much of a blip the UK really is. That Ford can just be like, Oh, our most sold car in that country? Nah, you know, the fact that, like, the UK really is just a blip.
I mean, yearly, they only really sell, like, 30,000 of them. Even that's still a lot, to be fair.
It's still a lot,
30,000 in the year.
Compare that to what probably a lot in the US. Like, even if it...
0 in the US and sold
I mean, I guess so, yeah. But, you know, if you compare an equivalent car, it probably might be way, way less in, like, the ranking of sold cars, but probably sells way more than the UK number would be. So
having no hatchback in their lineup at all is risky.
Do they not have a Focus, or is it
Focus is discontinued? They're just selling the last lot stock at the minute. There's no Focus, no Fiesta. It's just the S-Max, the Eco Sport, which is... They have it in the US, but I don't know what it's called.
I reckon...
Then the Transit.
Yeah. I reckon...
And the E-SUV, Mustang.
Yeah.
The
Mark E, yeah.
That's the one.
I reckon they've got an electric hatch in the works. I reckon they'll reveal an electric hatch soon.
They're announcing an electric SUV first.
I mean, yeah, clearly, but I reckon they will announce an electric hatch soon. But yeah, really upsetting to see this thing go, but those are your nominees, and I have the answer right here in this envelope.
Rumble.
Here we go. There is the music. And
I can't hear. I'll imagine it's there.
You can't hear it, but you can imagine it's some very grand music. So, for worst cancellation, we hate to see him go. They left in 2022. Some went on for over a decade, and some left their mark on entire countries. The nominees: Ford Fiesta, the Audi R8, the AMG GT, and the Nissan 370Z. And your winner for worst cancellation of 2022 is... Well, it goes to the Ford Fiesta! Congratulations, Ford! You can take home essentially some common sense, hopefully. Bring it back. What are you doing? Give us back the Fiesta, you know.
They're not going to bring it back.
Or, like, give us an electric one. I don't know. What's a different...
No, just... Ruin the point of the car. It might cost way too much money.
What's the word party in different languages? What's the party in different languages? Give us the they're all just Fiesta. It's just Fest, Fisci, Festa. Give us the Croatian word, the Zabava. Now, that's a car I'd buy.
Sounds like a Skoda.
I would buy the Zabava. But yes, that is, you know what, you can talk about the Ford Fiesta while I bring up the next images.
I do love the Ford Fiesta. It just makes no sense why they cancelled. Like I understand profit on small cars isn't great, but cancelling your best-selling car it has to sell well in Europe. There's no way it's the best-selling car in the UK of all time, and it doesn't sell okay in Europe. Like, it has to. Because they cancelled it in the US because actually they're allergic to small cars over there for some reason. If it doesn't make 400 horsepower from a 5 million litre V8, it doesn't sell. But, yeah, I don't get it. It's just... Bad choice financially and for public relations.
Exactly. Public relations, goddamn definitely. And I have the nominees ready. And the last one, there we go, Porsche Macan. Oh, I've spoiled it there because I've read out loud. I'm an idiot. And there we go. We can get rid of these ones. And your next category is the Thank God It's Gone award for Best Cancellation of the Year. Your nominees are the BMW i3, the BMW M2, the Porsche Macan,
It was the M2, wasn't it?
and the BMW 2 Series Convertible. It is M2, yes. These...
because they're replacing it with
they're replacing it with an M2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, these are your nominees for Best Cancellation. Now,
BMW. Are they all German?
They are all German, aren't they? Yeah, they're all German. So one of the ones that the Porsche Macan. The thing is, Porsche have another SUV that looks identical. So it's more just profitable. Like, yeah.
And if you buy a Porsche, you don't care about the car you get.
Yeah.
Especially an SUV.
Especially nowadays, right? Because I feel like the Porsche Macan or just Porsche SUVs in general, were in an era where I don't think there was the high-end SUV, right? There wasn't the Urus. Ferrari wasn't coming out with this. There wasn't the Lotus. There wasn't... What else is like a high-end SUV? There would have just been the Rolls, the Bentley, and like a Hummer, right? The G-Wagon, yeah. I feel like it was definitely of its own time. I feel like now that there's
a reason Urus, they are dirt cheap. That exactly, you can pick up a running and driving manual Macan for $3 grand.
And now every fancy Italian, every even slightly high-end car
even
company.
Lotus, that's an SUV now.
Yeah, they're all making their own mildly high-end SUV for someone who wants an SUV for some reason, but also wants a name. The Urus, the Ferrari, the Lotus. It's this thing definitely it's just such a
There's no place for it in the market. It makes sense.
I mean, they're getting because I know we talked about one of the Porsche SUVs
getting
is getting an electric. Yeah, so the Macan's getting an EV anyway.
It makes sense because they can keep the Cayenne and then use their R&D for the Macan for the EV version.
Yeah, and then they have two options, I suppose, until they're not Italy, so until they have to actually make all of them EV. I'm sure the Urus will be guzzling 50,000 gallons.
It's so funny how the new Ferraris are V12.
Yeah.
Italy must pay the EU so much money for them to get away with
that. Yeah. And not many other brands on this lineup, but the next one is, of course, the i3. Now, of course, we were looking through the cancellations of the year, and it was just very funny to see cars like just this thing.
What it is, right? If you remove it from the fact that it's BMW, remove the brand from the car. It's essentially just a A to B cheap EV. That was the whole point of the car. It was meant to be as cheap as they could make it. And it's just for I don't know, you live in London, you need a very small car that isn't expensive.
It sounds like smart car competitor, if anything, I suppose.
It's a C car. I think it was classed as a C car, so it's...
But I mean, why get that when you can get the Ami now, or whatever the other one was, the Ollie and the Ami. Yeah.
The Ollie would be a flex if you showed up in that.
What, the mini HX Concept?
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially that thing. You know what? Okay. You know what? I don't have much hatred when it's filling... a specific when it's their only car
filling
in
a gap that barely exists anymore.
Yeah.
You've got the Skoda Citigo, the Volkswagen Up, and the there's another one, but they're all the exact same car rebadged. And then you had this basically.
Yeah,
but Smart making SUVs now. So,
exactly. Yeah, but so the Macan obviously was already taking up a space that was already taken up by a game, and I'm slightly better with this thing now because it fills a spot that wasn't filled before, but I still think it's a very ugly car.
It's old though.
And thus it's on its way out. Yeah. The BMW M2, which technically does still exist, but we wanted some BMWs on this list, so this version.
Some BMW slander.
Yeah, this version was indeed cancelled. The old one, and in fact, this one was cancelled to then have a very controversial... That was something that we talked about on the first episode of the podcast. A very controversial refresh, which was the newer M2. And that thing, I feel like, went down...
You never see an M2, though. When was the last time you saw one? They just...
I wouldn't know. I feel like I probably have.
More M5s.
I never noticed, honestly.
You'll notice that they have the blue brakes with the red logo on the side. You can't miss them.
If I see a BMW, to me, it's just a BMW. You could show me... I mean, sure, I know that, the M2
80 grand and M5 is crying.
The M2 slightly more smaller, a bit more compact. It looks a bit sportier. I think, And then as the numbers go up, they just look a bit more boring, I guess.
They just get bigger. Like, they just...
And they get a lot more, like, bland looking. But honestly, like, I cycle almost daily. I couldn't tell you whenever I see a BMW. It's just a BMW. I'd have to really focus on it. But at least
I've
that new
seen
one...
more, like, 520i's, like the older ones, the 90s ones, than M2s. They just don't exist.
And I mean, now that this new one's coming out, at least this new one is slightly unique for now, until every other BMW also has that same design.
Give it 3 years.
Exactly, right, yeah. Again, they're like we talk about in Spotted While Spotted, they literally every single week have something that's being updated. And the final, the 2 Series Convertible.
I didn't even know this existed until yesterday.
Yeah. And I mean, didn't we have something similar? Didn't Audi cancel a Cabriolet?
Yeah, they cancelled the A5 Cabriolet or so, whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh god, I just remember that. That's basically. I wouldn't even mind coupling with that with this,
because they probably sold 4 this year. Like,
yeah.
No one has gone out and said, I need a BMW, but it's convertible.
Convertible. I don't know what it is with convertible cars. I don't, especially
They are a
soft
product
tops.
of the 2000s.
Imagine buying a soft top convertible in 2022.
When Vauxhall made convertibles, they were all hard tops. That says enough.
Exactly. Like, hard
if
top,
Vauxhall
sure.
weren't willing to cheap out to go to a soft top, you know they are bad.
Like a hard top, like, okay, you can pretend when it's not sunny, you can pretend you didn't buy a convertible. Sure. But like
even when it's sunny, leave it up. Just...
yeah. But when it's not sunny, when it's a soft top, it's, oh my god, it's like, it screams
You're asking
midlife
for your car
crisis.
to be broken into.
It's,
like
it's like, oh, convertible is one of the worst decisions you could make as
They're
a
more
as a car
expensive,
buyer.
heavier.
Yep. It's
Where's the benefit?
there is zero benefit to
Imagine driving through centre London with the top down in your 2 Series convertible.
Yeah.
Asking to get robbed. Like,
Exactly. It's you couldn't even say you need to take something somewhere. You can just put it in the back seat. Because what is someone gonna do? Pick it up? What are you gonna do? Get up out of your turned on car to go get them? Like they can walk.
Take the key out and then chase them.
They would have to. You could walk past and just pick up whatever they have in their car. Like, convertibles are so bad.
Like, the Z2 seaters can get away with being convertibles.
Yeah.
Like, the MR2, the...
Still hard top.
The second gen was, third gen wasn't.
Yeah.
The MX-5, the new one is hard top. I think the old one in the Crew is as well, but
As
they also
long
have
as they're hard
soft
top, you sure?
Z4 is soft top, isn't it?
The Z4... I don't know if the M40i was. I think the M40i you can only get soft top, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I think the Z4
But
used to
that
be
gets
hard
a
top.
pass because it's a 2-seater sports car. This is something you buy on finance when you're a middle-class businessman.
Yeah, something looks missing with the car when you see like a sedan. Sedan convertibles! Oh.
Yeah.
It's not even like... It's like you're not rich enough for a midlife crisis. It's like you couldn't go for a convertible Porsche.
You haven't seen an insignia convertible yet. Right?
It's like there was an Audi sedan. It's like you haven't got enough money for a midlife crisis, so you can't
RS4
go...
Avant convertible. What would that look like? Convertible wagon, like what the entire
Yeah, just the whole thing goes back.
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Dear God damn.
Convertible bad.
Yep. And
wonder what's going to win this award.
There's the music. This is a different envelope. And the winner of Best Cancellation of the Year, also known as the Thank God It's Gone Award. Would you look at that? It's the BMW 2 Series convertible.
What?
Oh, that is shocking. Thank God it is gone. That is atrocious. Oh my. Hopefully, one day, the winner of Best Cancellation can be convertible cars as a whole.
Hopefully cancel the A Series convertible next.
Yeah. Oh god, convertible cars. Okay, now to bring up the next nominees for the next category, which is It is best concept car of 2022. Okay, I need to bring up these nominees now.
Even reading the list, everyone's gonna know what's gonna win.
Well, but best, I need to look through what the best was. What else?
Convertibles,
Okay,
though,
yeah.
like, convertibles are a relic of their time. Like, everyone had them. Ford had them. The Peugeot, the RCZ, right? It's based on the Peugeot 308. They done a convertible 308. Using the rear of an RCZ and the front of a 308 combined, and it was convertible. It was like the 308cc or something. It was awful. They are cheap, but because they are bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vauxhall had multiple. They had the Insignia convertible. It was called like the Insight or something. I don't know. I think Honda had a few. Yeah, the early 2000s were wild. Everyone had convertibles.
I don't get how they're still going though. Like they're still going.
I didn't know the 2 Series convertible existed.
Yeah.
I didn't know the A4 what's it called, like cabriolet existed. They just don't.
I still see them though, right? Like
you don't see new ones.
Then,
hopefully, you don't see new ones.
I saw it was like an RS5 convertible. It was disgusting. Oh god.
Imagine, but like that has to be worth half what a normal RS5 is worth.
Yeah.
Like imagine, I want an RS5, but I wanted to have no resale value.
Okay, here we go. Yes. For the next category, which is... Oh, I've clicked on something by mistake. There we go. The next category, which is Best Concept of 2022. Your nominees are the Audi A6 E-Tron Wagon, the Hyundai Vision Concept 74, the Renault 5, and technically a concept, the Lexus LFA. Those are your nominations for the... Oh, okay, Josh went green there for a minute. Wrong episode of the podcast for that one.
The LFA is just...
I mean, we talked this thing to death last week, so
yes,
it's it's
you
whatever.
Recorded the day after.
Yeah, but this thing is it's whatever. It's
bad.
We talked about how it's just the LFA was definitely expensive.
Old LFA was designed to be driven.
Thing. Yeah.
This one is designed to sit in someone's garage.
Yeah, this thing you would never. It looks like it's designed to be parked next to something that is also probably Italian and also never driven.
Next to just sheer on 300 plus or something with 0 miles on it.
Exactly right. Like it's. I feel like it's jumped way too high up in what it's trying to be.
It's when you've got enough money to collect Hot Wheels IRL, and you just buy cars with 0 miles on them.
Yeah,
like leaving their box. It's just an instant delivery package.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be cool if you could buy a car and it just comes in like a giant Hot Wheels style case. I want to do that now. That would be cool. The Renault 5, which was at many motor shows that we talked about throughout the year. The Renault 5 is, I think they are going to make it, did they say?
They've said they want to make it.
Yeah.
But it's Renault.
Yeah.
They'll probably run out of money 2 weeks in.
It's a simple design, though, and it's a very good design, I reckon. Especially for the attempt at the modernized EV style, right? It's, there's companies, we talked about through the year, there's companies that will make an EV, and you can't even tell it's the EV version, and there's companies who will make an EV, and it's just something way outrageous, over the top, completely gone the wrong direction, right? It's gone way too extreme on that. And I think one of the better ones is this, the Renault 5. What was the old Renault 5? Or what is it, a new version of?
The Renault 5 Turbo is cool. I think this is the newer Renault 5 Turbo, I think is what they said. Because the base Renault 5 is a travesty.
That had its own kind of thing, though, didn't it? Because this was like the Renault 5 Turbo's thing. They made like this version of the Renault 5 Turbo. But is that what... I think that's what's behind it, right? So I think it is supposed to be the Turbo.
Yeah.
It's an old Renault that it's a new version of then.
It's very boxy.
Yeah.
Sort of. It doesn't look too much like it, to be fair. It's got similar proportions, but...
Yeah, but it's kind of a different car. It's nice that they use the name, I suppose, yeah. And it's a cool design. The neon, the lights, I mean,
it's
I
a
don't
good
know.
neo retro.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it could really be used. Could really be efficient to produce, right? Like
If Hyundai can make the Ioniq 5 efficient enough to produce, Renault can.
Yeah. But it's got some interesting things as
Renault
well.
don't even
Yeah.
sell cars anymore.
So it's got
Like,
that
when was the
like
last time you saw a new Renault? Like,
newer Renault. Aren't they the ones? Don't they have the? Oh no, that's
yeah,
Peugeot has got the
cabs
lions. What the?
yeah, Peugeot's the Lions. Like,
Renault.
I don't actually think Renault sell like that. They can't sell well.
Oh
in the
yeah,
UK.
I see Renaults. Oh, that's why I thought they had the lines. Renault do also have the lines, but they come in way quicker. They go down a bit, but then they come straight in. Yeah, I see new Renaults.
Oh, on
They've
their
got like
SUVs,
apostrophe.
on their
Yeah,
Captors.
they've got like
Yeah.
apostrophe lights essentially, long apostrophe lights. But yeah. So it was between this Renault and the Renault 4, which was the SUV version. We opted for this one, but it's got some cool things. Like, I like the way things have been done. I don't know, you did product design, you should know. Like, it's got, like, etched...
It's designed to look retro and modern.
There you go, that would get you some marks. But it's got, like, what looks like etched in the Renault logo. It's kind of cool because it looks holographic.
It's the new thing, because you know when everything... I don't know if you know, but when everything went hybrid, every single brand had their logo, but blue, to show it was a hybrid. Now everyone's just going with light up logos to show us electric.
Yeah,
it's just the same thing again.
But yeah, so like etched with lights, Renault logo. They've got what looks like, I assume, some kind of tempered something that you know, diffuses the lights. So they've got lights at the base, but then they've got like what was probably plastic or glass around to make it look like
won't be glass. I can tell you that much.
Nah.
It won't be glass in the final one.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's got that like tempered design, which I think has worked really well. Where obviously the light is at the base, but because it goes to the end, it looks like the end is glowing as well. And I don't really know what's going on with the lights, but it's a cool design there too.
They are lights for sure.
They're lights, yeah. And the rest of it, I mean, I don't know about the rest of it. The front's really good, but I feel like the rest of it might be a bit too uninspired, because it's like, if you shoved an older
It's
Renault
going
front
to be
on the
built
rest
on an
of it,
existing platform.
I guess, yes.
And it looks like it's built on an SUV platform with how, like, stubby it is.
Yeah.
It's very tall and wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look small, which is a worry.
And next is the Hyundai Concept 74, which I've just seen. This is a new concept that came out for it, which I assume is intended to be the Concept 76 with what will be the Concept 76.
They also announced a new pony concept car. That might be that.
Oh, did they? Because that thing looks a lot like, the thing behind it looks a lot like 76. Which, I like the rims, because the rims are, like, styled to be, like, well, they're old. It looks like a retro car. But, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's the pony coupe.
Is it the
concepts?
pony? The Hyundai pony.
But it's not the one with the... There's two different ones. They've got one that looks like the boxy one, and then they've got a wedge one.
Yeah, yeah. Is this a car that they've actually made? Because that looks...
they made a real one. Like, they do what they...
Is this an
they
old
make
concept?
a few of the...
Yeah. But, like, yeah, is this an old concept?
No, it's meant to look old. It's meant to look like an 80s concept. They just have too much money at the minute.
Yeah. Damn, from the side it looks...
concepts that look like old concepts because they have the redundant funds. Like, it's... Yeah.
It looks a lot like, essentially like a version of this thing. Especially from the side angle. But I see the differences. It looks like an older version. What this would be souped up to be. But hopefully they do some point give us a road version of the 76, because they have for the
Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6.
The Ioniq 5. Oh my god, the Ioniq 5 or whatever was in PUBG. I've just got this image.
What is doing?
Yeah, but okay. The Pony Coupe, was in the PUBG apparently. Okay. What is it with cars and video games this year? I don't even know if this
like,
is this year.
Hyundai just got too much money.
Mm.
The boxy pony EV concept looks cool.
It's, well, for what it's supposed to be, which is like a retro thing, yeah. I reckon.
Oh, the other one, not the pony coupe, the normal pony.
What the... I don't
It's just 80s. It's like a Ford Escort, like an old Ford Escort.
Like this
it's
thing.
Just...
Is it this thing?
Don't.
Oh.
Hyundai Pony EV concept is the full name of it, but it just looks like
EV.
a... It just looks like an old Ford Escort.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that thing looks very cool. Okay.
Where it's got the, like, pixel headlights and the angular design.
Okay, that thing is very cool. Yeah, that thing's sick. Okay. They're doing too much. It's cool. It's really cool. Give us these cars in video games or something.
They're like, we can make cool cars, and then just making all of them. They're like, okay, how quickly can we get these to market?
You know what? It's nice that they keep a balance, you know? It's like, hey, we'll make the SUVs that everyone is gonna buy because we need money. Don't worry, we'll also give you cool stuff, though. But yeah, the Hyundai 76, we talked about this thing before. I genuinely, if the road version looks cool enough, I will consider it as the dream car to replace the Taycan. It'll probably be electric. It's, what is it, hydrogen
at the minute, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
there's no way they can keep it hydrogen.
Yeah, it's, it would just be inconvenient to the consumer, right? And no one's gonna buy a hydrogen car, really.
I think there's like one hydrogen fuel station in the UK. It would be inconvenient to be immoral to sell it.
But this thing with the digital headlights, Hyundai made the Ioniq 5. That thing made it to market, and they've made this thing now, which hopefully this thing does
as well, made it to market as well.
Yeah, Ioniq 6. They've got a bunch of cars that they make concepts, and then they actually exist. Obviously, not in the racy version, but hopefully we do see this thing. And I really very much like this thing. And next, and the last nominee is the Audi E-Tron Wagon, which I don't really know what. Do you hate it?
It's so bloated. Look at it.
I kind of like it though.
it's so over. Like, it's way too big. Like, grab an image of an RS4 Avant next to it, and like you can't tell me this isn't way. It just looks like it's got a disease. Like it's been stung by a bee or something.
It's those American proportions, really. It's
it's a USA flag down the side of it. Like
yeah. But the RS4, which I think someone bought the RS4 that I saw the other day. It was this kind of blue, but it was a lot more sportier looking. But yeah, this thing compared to this thing, the E-Tron Avant or whatever, Audi A6 E-Tron. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they're doing an EV SUV that's like the E-Tron. They've got the E-Tron, and now they've got a wagon, a sedan,
naming
an SUV.
all of them E-Tron is an awful naming scheme.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had like the Vauxhall Corsa EV, the Vauxhall Corsa Mocha S, the Vauxhall Corsa Estate. Like, no.
Yeah. And none of them are cheap yet. So, like, none of them
They never will be.
Yeah.
The E-Tron is a premium brand.
Exactly, right. So, we'll never really see them. But yeah, there was this concept for that. Yeah. It's got the fake grille. It's a lot more of a practical concept, I suppose. Like, it's got the fake grille. It's got all the stuff that essentially could make it to market like that, really. Right.
I don't think they actually made one then. Like, the Hyundai actually make their concepts and then drive them around. And it does so much for hype building.
Yeah.
Like, if they actually made like 3 of these and drove them around the centre of London, people would take photos and be like, whoa, look, cool. But they never will.
Yeah. But that is your nominees for the best concept of the year. I've got my new envelope that is different to the last envelope for specifically this category. And your nominees, the Audi A6, the Hyundai Concept 74, I've called it 76 a few times, goddamn.
I didn't correct you. So.
The Renault 5, and the Lexus LFA. And your winner for best concept is...
Zero bias there.
It is the Hyundai 74. Definitely not the car that I'm kind of really
could have
like.
guessed?
What? That's crazy. Oh my god. Hyundai 74 accepts your award, and now
Hyundai send us one.
Actually,
to
we should get one. Actually, yeah. I know award shows normally give them the award, but they should give us some 74s as an award for awarding them.
I think they have one, but yeah, make more.
Yeah, if they could just make more and send us like 2, maybe one to resell 2. You got one to what are they?
What are sure they'll let you resell it. Yeah, they're prototypes. Yeah, just
one to stock and one to rock or whatever they say. Yeah, But yeah, the concept cars of the year goes to the Hyundai 74. Next category is the goofiest concept. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Some of these are quite goofy.
Some of them are bad. There we go. Oh god, I've got to bring all these up. Here we go. Is it gonna search? Is it gonna search?
No, banned.
There we go. Okay, and your nominees for best. Okay, let me put this out. There we go. Your nominees for goofiest concept car starts with the. Oh, why is it making me save the image? The Rolls-Royce 103EX.
They don't want you searching this name. That's why they've called it that. They're so ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Very similar to
Volkswagen ID Life. Might be growing on me. I don't want to admit that.
Yeah, I would change my mind. I'd remove that from this category.
Yeah, it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Am I gonna get lucky and get an image, or am I gonna have to find an image from the article? Oh, I'm gonna have to find the image from the article.
Is that convertible?
Looks hot top?
Oh, it's got removable roofs.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, there you go.
There's no way those headlights are bright enough.
No, I mean they're like foggy as well. So yeah.
I guess you're not allowed to see the road ahead of you. You just gotta.
The Mazda Concept.
The fact that it wasn't even meant to be shown publicly. It's like an internal document, and it's just been shared everywhere as a concept.
Every Tesla ever announced, because they never actually make it to market, therefore making them a concept. And your last nomination, the Mercedes. I need an image of it. The Mercedes Vision AVTR concept.
Why is that such a bad name too?
Yeah, there it is. There are your nominations. The Rolls 103EX, the Volkswagen ID Life, which honestly, you know what? I think this thing might be able to. It can stay. I think it's fine.
That's allowed to be sold. I don't know.
The Mazda Concept, which is alleged to be it's just a Mazda EV concept.
It's just an EV2 door.
Every Tesla ever announced, because they definitely only stay in the concept section, and the Mercedes AVT, the Vision or whatever, right? Because everyone names their concepts Vision. Now, this thing has been making the rounds again, right? So
I actually decided to make one after like 400 years of it being render only.
It looks like it's straight out of those Xbox 7. I mentioned this before. It looks like it's out of those PS4 and Xbox 720 concept videos.
It's used in those like funny.
Like yeah,
no one who doesn't have these on your For You page is not gonna know.
Yeah.
But like the funny, it's got funny audio over it. And, like I don't know, man throws toilet, and this car drives by with fart sound effects.
You sound like you're just exposing your own For You pages.
It's a good For You page.
Yeah, but this thing it's like, why? It's so bad. Yeah, so it's.
I can see like, no, I can't see them making it. No, I take that back. No, just burn it.
Like it's got those ball wheels. It looks straight.
Why are they glowing? Why are they batteries?
Why would you want your wheels to? It looks straight out of iRobot. Like I swear to you, I think I saw Will Smith jump from this thing, from like the roof of it in one of those scenes. I swear to you. The
windscreen starters are way too high up the car.
Yeah, it's got
you're only going to be seeing at the bottom half only. Like you're not going to be able to see anything like lower than that.
It looks like that, and then has wood on the inside. It's got the. So like, when did they first make this thing? Because I've genuinely
2012, I'd imagine.
Because it feels like it's from that time of the concept of the 720 Xbox 720, right? It looks like it's from that time. It's a concept of that time, yet they're still holding on to it. I don't get how they're still holding on to this concept. It's like, it's a concept for the sake of a concept, right? It's not the concept for the sake of actually gonna make it a car ever.
Yeah.
And I guess that is a fair bit of Tesla, a fair bit of what this category is. Like, oh my god,
we couldn't find anything else to play this.
Yeah. Tesla deserved to catch the strain.
Cybertruck counts. Cybertruck
Cybertruck
Roadster and Semi are all in
there. But the Vision, whatever, they even went with a default naming scheme, just going with, oh, we made a concept, well, call it the Vision, you know. It's terrible. A vision of what? The future? I made the same joke yesterday. Future's looking pretty goddamn
vision of how to waste hundreds of millions in R&D on a car that's never going to exist.
Yeah, goddamn. That is disgusting. You don't even deserve Paul Bettany's name. Every Tesla ever made. Great nomination. Of course, the car notorious for never making it actually selling.
Is the Roadster going to make it to market in 2023? No.
Nope. Is the Cybertruck?
Is the Cybertruck? No.
The Semi might. Is anyone going to buy it?
Oh, it's impractical. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. No one's going to want to buy it, right? And,
it doesn't have enough range. Takes too long to charge.
Yeah. I've just realized this image says sexier. Oh my god, that's just because it's the name of the cars. Whoa, that's crazy.
Look how small the old Roadster was.
Yeah. God, Tesla peaked at the first Roadster.
Yeah, they really did. It just shows you how big all the others are.
It's just like it's a coil Voltic is what the first Roadster was, essentially, right? But next...
You made a rocket Voltic.
Yeah. But the Mazda Concept, we talked about this on the podcast. It is so goofy looking. It is really, really weird looking.
It's like a mixture of an MX-5 and an RX-7.
Yeah, because it's like the mid between, but it would never.
It'd never make it to market.
Exactly. Again, it's literally the concept for sake of concept, which I guess that's what a concept's supposed to be. But give me something to work with, right? Like,
I mean, it wasn't meant to be public. It was an internal thing.
Oh, did it leak? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's not actually even meant to be a car.
Oh,
It's just meant to look futuristic, like at the top of a document, like our future, and then something futuristic. It isn't this.
I'm hoping so, because being internal and leaking makes me feel like it's like, okay, guys, shh, no one tell anyone. We're gonna make this. This will be a really funny prank. We'll actually make this one. But yeah, we talked about this thing a lot already. It looks really weird. What are the headlights? I've just noticed the headlights. We never looked at those. Are you seeing those headlights?
It has an MX-5-ish. It's like pop-ups.
Yeah, but instead of
it's meant to be
up...
MX-5-ish, but like futuristic. Ooh.
Yeah, but like the pop-ups aren't like they pop up and the lights are like, if my hands were the lights...
No, hitting a pedestrian at any more than 4 miles an hour is going to cause an open wound. Like...
That would actually slice you. It's got like a triangle that pops up, but only by like 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. And then it's got like a light that... You know, the only thing illuminating the whole road ahead of you is going to be...
It's not even illuminating the road. Look at the road.
Like 2 millimeter
it's illuminating
long strip.
The bonnet, the badge.
The badge is illuminating more than the lights would. Like, it's a terrible concept, and I think, especially the back. I don't get what the back is trying to look like. It's disgusting too. With the little green, what's the green doing there, huh? Get it out of it. It looks disgusting. And speaking of looking disgusting, the Rolls 103.
That actually looks like a GTA. Like if it had blades where the wheel covers are, it's like a Phantom Wedge kind of car.
God, this thing is terrible. What on earth were they thinking?
It'll be a Decepticon in the new Transformers.
Oh my god, they actually made it. Oh, it would. It does look like a Decepticon. Yeah, like. It's like you know how like goddamn like 5 years ago.
Square trees in the background.
Oh no! Someone gets paid minimum wage to go and make those trees square every 2 weeks or so, because they start getting all brustly, right? And that's a crime. And that's a crime.
Why is that so far back in this car? Like what?
Yeah, it's oh god. I mean, like
That's
you
the
said,
least.
right?
Actually, that's the least of this thing's concerned. Like,
Yeah, it's like
I'm
how
stoned more than this tool is ruining the front like wheel
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
You can't go over speed bumps. Like you are stuck in an Asda car park in this.
Yep, it's so bad. I mean, unless, right, the speed bump is only, like, you know those middle of the road ones?
4 millimeters,
Like, yeah, could go right underneath the, but then the middle of the car, it lowers back down. So it's like, oh no, that is terrible. Rolls Royce.
It's like a villain car from like some animated 2000s TV show.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like like a Transformer. It's like how like Iron Man had an E-Tron back in Endgame. It's like you'd see like the villain. I don't know, Loki would drive this, right? It's like it's terrible. God, it's disgusting.
I don't think he would.
Oh God, that is atrocious, especially from Rolls Royce. Oh no.
You say especially from Road, but they made a good looking car ever.
I give the what is it? What even was it? The Spectre. I give the Spectre a pass. Their EV, the Spectre. I give it a pass. Is what I do. It deserves it. It deserves
this
it. But,
this doesn't deserve
honestly, have you seen who the winner is of this one? I may revise it. I don't know. They're all terrible.
Yeah, no, I'll allow this. I'll allow a official.
They're all. You know what? There's the music. You know, I'll tell you who the official winner that we had was. Your nominees being the Rolls-Royce 103EX, the Mazda Concept, every Tesla ever announced, the Vision Mercedes. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Vision Mercedes had it because it's been going on for so long. Yeah. It goes to all of these. What are these? These are terrible. Like, these are actively terrible.
These are just wastes of money.
It's just I spent R&D.
At least tax rights are like right off. So.
Like they must be right because it's like if they make it, it's like technically it's not gonna sell.
Mercedes done a Hyundai and actually made cool concepts.
I know, right? It's like
imagine they made a 190, like a 190e concept, like a new like neo retro 190e. But
like
nah,
even BMW's doing that. Like what BMW had that like a similar to the 190, like the boxy BMW, and even
BMW's allergic to making them. Like
yeah, they don't make their concepts. To be fair, they did recently though, but they do have their But they even BMW got one of their older, boxier cars and made a cool concept from them.
They kind of ruined it, in my opinion. But,
it can't be that hard, though, right? At least they tried at it. But,
you never know. Mercedes might have made this back in, like, 1904. You never know.
Yeah. Oh, God, that thing is atrocious. This thing may deserve the win. It can get the honorary win, but honestly, everything.
All of them do.
All of them, really. They
no, there's no winners here when you all lose.
Exactly. But the next category is it's a big one. It is the best new car of the year. Here we go.
I like the third one.
So your nominees.
Like the category after that. That's a banger.
Your nominees are the ID Buzz. So let's start.
America gets this before us for some reason, which is quite peculiar. Considering I see no one in America buying this.
And
it's
then
EV, and it's a van.
A genuine one. The Honda Civic Type R. God, she's a beauty.
Looks bare in this image. I don't know.
Yeah, God.
Whoever hangs the front bumper front wheel quite a lot.
The new 2022 Tesla. Oh wait. Oh no, shit. No, they actually don't. They don't make anything. Never mind.
It's come out last year. It's meant to come out this year. Will it come out next year?
Oh, it could come out next year. Maybe they'll get a new car next year. Oh, who knows? The Lotus Emira.
Such a good-looking car.
Yeah.
No bias.
And because there really wasn't a lot to put in this category, let's be honest, it's between the Emira and the Civic, really. A manual version of the Toyota Supra, because we didn't really have anything else to put in this category.
It was this or a Citroen like SUV, so you get this.
Yeah. So yes. The ID Buzz, it's cooler than it should be for a minivan, right? Yeah. Like for what it is, it's pretty cool, right?
If you need a minivan,
if
you get anything other than this, you're taking it out. Like
Exactly, right. It's for a certain
I can't
lifestyle.
see this losing value. Like,
yeah.
it's
I mean, the
goofy,
combi bus
unique,
still...
and looks kind of cool.
Like, there's a specific type of person that buys a minivan. The combi bus was really good for that, and I feel like this feels a good new version for what that is trying to be, right? Like, I know one guy, Mumbo Jumbo, the Minecraft YouTuber, he's the kind of vibe of person that has a thing because he goes traveling in it. It is that you see it by the beach kind of car, right? You get a person who sleeps in it. Exactly, right? But I think this, I feel like it might be too small, I want to say. It might be... Actually, no, that woman looks tiny. God, there's a woman in there.
How big they are? Like,
God
it is
damn,
massive.
okay,
like,
yeah, okay, never mind.
Like,
I think it's just... I think
it's perspective. Like, the perspective makes it look small. It's not.
It's on an American road, too, so... like, the back... I feel like the back might have... Because it's slightly pushed in the front, the back's a little bit smaller, which I guess is against the average combi bus buyer, but not a terrible thing. Genuinely...
It has to be... rounded because EU.
Yeah, but genuinely a really cool refresh. Like honestly, you brought it up and I kind of laughed, but it's like I like it more than I should. It's
how much
cool.
does it cost?
Yeah, because what it's EV, I assume, because it looks
yeah, but it's based on the ID4 platform.
Oh, got an EV too. This thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, $56,000.
Oh, okay. It's for a specific kind of lifestyle. You're really gonna want to live that lifestyle to buy it then. God, that is new, though, I suppose. And, I mean, like the combi bus, I assume they're going to be looking like this for a very long time, so it's going to get cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Pretty expensive. There's definitely a negative, but, yeah, pretty cool. Next is the Honda Civic Type R. Again, this thing came out, and it's even, like, especially looking at it, god damn, this image makes it look really good.
That's a good car.
The Type R1, the sportier version, God, if this thing was in Need for Speed, I'd love customizing it.
Front-wheel drive is the issue.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's disgusting. It really doesn't look it. I guess that's just because it's turning into an Accord, I guess. So it looks more like an Accord now.
The Accord was front-wheel drive.
Was it? Oh, God.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Honda?
I don't think Honda make any rear-wheel drive cars.
Oh. But, yeah, honestly, it's a car that came out, and it's possibly replacing the GT86 as my dream car. And I really like this thing. I think it's the front, I say perfect. I think the back is maybe one generation away from just becoming an Accord, and I think that'll be a little bit better because it would just be a sporty Accord.
All it needs is like this much length on the rear and a flat boot.
Yeah, it's literally just that it doesn't have a flat boot. But I assume the Civic might try stay like that. But if I was to get anything, GT86 Civic.
Oh, that's a £46,000, by the way.
It's definitely too expensive, but as far as if I could buy anything, they're definitely very close on the maybe I'd want them category right now. And a very cool car came out this year, brand new Civic. Again, we've talked about this thing. It went from being, it was the Rocket League Civic, and then it became... It just slowly morphed into the egg Civic.
It's like they had an image of an Accord, and we're like, how do we get from here to here without anyone noticing?
Yeah.
And slowly stretched it out.
Exactly. First, they got the original Civic. Then they they just filled it with water, so it got all round and egg shaped. Then it just sort of it got all sharper, like it got pinstripes, and it got a sharpened front. And then it's just sort of started, morphing out now. Like, the front started coming out, the back started, and it's been squashed. It's actually morphed. Like, it's so funny. The generation of a Civic is a stop-motion animation, which is kind of funny.
If you had the Accord at the end of it, it would look like a natural progression. Yeah.
Oh dear. But the new Civic, very cool, especially for the Civic name, which hasn't always looked cool. It was cool, then it was an egg, which, to be fair, the egg was pretty cool. It's the middle between the egg and
Civic's such an oddball. Like, how did they get to that conclusion? Like, it's what is no one doing right now?
They looked at all the features of the Rocket League Civic and were like, let's get rid of all of those. Let's just
they use the rounding tool in Blender, and we're like, this looks great.
Yeah. And next, This year was the Lotus Emira. God, I didn't used to like Lotuses, like the Exige and those lot. I like that they're British, but the actual Lotuses
British bias,
pretty questionable. But the Emira, God, I like what it's doing. I like what it's being.
Good.
It's a very, very, very cool car.
It's such a shame, and I think a mistake, in my opinion, making the manual only the top spec.
Yeah.
Because you have to get the V6 in the top trim to get the manual. Which is so odd, because the manual is lighter and cheaper to produce. So the manual is always the cheap option.
Yeah.
Because the way the Alpine used to do it this way, they don't anymore. But you had the manual Alpine, which is like $4,000 cheaper than the auto.
I need to go blow my nose. You can talk about this.
But you could, like, even the inline 4 one is like, I think, almost $20,000 cheaper than the V6 version of the Emira. But it's like, I think it's low 60s, like low £60,000, which is decent price for like 300 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, mid-engine, sports car, I guess. But you can only get it with a DCT, which is such an odd decision, especially for a UK car. I can't wrap my head around why. Because all it's gonna do is make the DCT version the more popular version, therefore ruining resale value, because no one wants the DCT version. But no one's gonna fork out the extra almost £20,000 to get the manual. Because you have to get the V6, which is higher tax, higher price, just to get what should be a base model option. There should be, and if they don't do this in the future, I will be shocked. There should be a manual and DCT for both the inline 4 and the V6. If they don't, they have wasted the biggest opportunity they have had to sell cars in decades.
But the Lotus Emira, genuinely a very, very cool new Lotus. And it's nice to see, just in general with these, right? Like, obviously, the Civic is still the Civic name. The ID Buzz is, like, still...
The Civic's £46,000
Yeah.
now. Well, the inline 4 doesn't have the manual because Lotus, but the inline 4 is only like £15,000 more. And if you've got $50,000 saved up, you can save 15 more grand.
Yeah.
And the Lotus is, for the price, a great looking car.
Yeah, it's it's a very cool car, and what I was saying was that we see barely any it's the movie effect, right? You'll see so many movies, instead of actually making anything remotely new, we see it everywhere, even in video games. Instead of a new IP, instead of anything new, it's just grab one of the old things, make another one of those. Use existing IP, make another one of those. We've already made one of those games, make a reboot, right? It's always nice to genuinely see a good attempt at a new name and a new type of car. And, well, obviously not new type, but like new model, unique model from Lotus here. So, like, just stuff like that in general, right? Like, the Honda, still love it. They are still just doing the Civic, though, right? But, very sick to see a new model from Lotus this year.
It's a looking SUV as well.
And and the SUV, like, they did that as well. Honestly, that probably could have replaced this, but... That it's the manual Supra. We didn't really know what else to put in.
We had two Lotuses back to back. Whatever the most British bias thing on the planet.
Exactly, yeah. And putting 3 Germans in worst definitely wasn't any British bias either.
This is another example of not having a manual as a base option.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper to produce. They know
Is it cheaper to produce manuals?
Yeah, much cheaper. That's why every Citroen, Renault, Vauxhall all have the manual. The only way you can get the manual in those cars now is in the lowest engine option, in the cheapest model.
I suppose
because it's just the cheapest way to produce a car.
Yeah, but I guess if your car's this expensive, right, like the Supra, like the Emira, I assume, one, the cars are already so expensive, so it's like the money, you're going to make the money back anyway. So it might be negligible. It doesn't have to
be expensive.
True, but it might just be negligible to have it manual, not have it manual. But I assume there's an assumption that people who are going to buy a car around this kind of price don't want to bother with a manual, right? maybe you just want a fast
The
car.
two-door two-seater
So
sports car. What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe you just want to. Maybe you just want. I wouldn't want a manual.
RX-8, for example, right?
Yeah.
In the UK, because in the US you had the 192 horsepower auto and the 232 horsepower manual, right? In the UK, the 292 was a manual. They didn't give an auto option because they knew it wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
This didn't sell very well in the UK. I wonder why.
Yeah.
It's almost if there was no manual option. What a surprise.
But even though we've complained about it, it is in best cars of the year. But yes, a big category this one. Best car of the year. We
With
do,
zero
of course,
British bias included. Zero.
Exactly. We do, of course, expect to be sent the winner, preferably.
I would prefer the one in the image, red with black wheels, V6 manual, please.
So yes, you can get sent red with black wheels, V6
And
manual.
also
ID
email
Buzz.
me and I'll send you my address.
Yes. I didn't know they made the ID Buzz in line 6 manual or whatever it was, but yes,
Line 6 manual.
Your nominees for Car of the Year, probably one of the biggest awards I would say this show.
No, I'd say next award is better, but yeah.
But yes, it goes to, out of the nominees, the Volkswagen ID Buzz, the Honda Civic Type R 2022, the Lotus Emira, and the manual Toyota Supra. Your winner for Best Car of the Year goes to... It goes to the Lotus Emira. Should have been the Civic. Could have been the Civic.
No, it shouldn't have been the Civic.
But I guess the Emira, you know.
The Civic does have a manual as the base option.
At least the Civic's in a manual, you know. Yeah, at least the Civic's in a manual.
Lotus are killing this. They will kill the sales of the i4 version.
Yeah.
You're basically blocking. If they had a manual i4, it would be the best selling by far.
Yeah.
But you have to buy the V6, which is more expensive on tax, insurance, and overall price. Then you have to get the manual option, which is a more expensive option for a cheaper item to produce, by the way. Just because they know more people are going to want it.
Yeah. But, yes, the Lotus Emira wins it. Close runner-up with the Honda Civic, I would say. You know what? In fact, Lotus, you don't even have to send... Actually, no, still send me one. But Honda, you can send me one too anyway.
Yeah, Honda send you a Civic and I'll get an Emira, I guess.
Yeah, you know...
if they're feeling generous.
Preferably, yeah. But, yes, on to the next category, which is Best Innovation. Now, the images are going to be interesting to get for this one.
Have you not skipped? Have you not?
Have I skipped one by mistake?
You've skipped one. You've...
Oh, right. Yes, okay.
Skip the best one.
I have skipped the best one here. Okay, well. Now, I've even got cheering sound effect ready now. I should have had it earlier, but I've got that ready too now. Let me have that open so I can have that ready to play too.
Sound effect.
Oh my god. Oh, but they're cheering already. Oh, shut up, crowd. There's nothing to cheer yet. What is it? Can I remember it? Oh, okay, yep. So, the next category is... It's Worst Car of the Year. And your nominees are... The Toyota BZ4X. The Toyota BZ4X.
This already has to be recalled, by the way.
The Toyota BZ4X, or my personal favourite to win.
I want to have a British plate on it. There's no way they've got an image of a British registered one.
The Toyota BZ4X. And we can discuss after. Your winner for Worst Car of the Year goes to... Your nominees, the Toyota BZ4ZX, the Toyota BZ4ZX, the Toyota BZ4ZX, or the Toyota BZ4ZX. Well, it goes to...
Give me a hard one.
and it goes to the Toyota BZ4ZX. Oh my God! The underdog. Who knew he could do it? Oh, that's amazing.
It's truly a miracle how they've managed to do this.
You wouldn't expect it. Oh my God.
There
Toyota
are more Ferrari
himself.
F40s in the UK than these, by the way. It's a great car.
Yeah, so this is the car that we talked about in a conspiracy a couple episodes ago.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't
They've
exist.
had to record 1200, right? I am almost certain that is all they've ever made.
Yeah.
I think there was like 4 in the UK that they sold. I don't think that was sold.
There's
I think
4 that are
4
registered.
Registered.
And we've seen...
You saw one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen at least one in like a car
grey one
shot.
UK plates as well. There's a grey and a red one.
Yeah.
There's the red one.
To be fair, this is the first ever outside image I've seen of this thing. Like a real life image. Technically.
Is it real? That road doesn't look real. It's on UK plates. Where is that though?
I think even though it's a real image, I think it's not the real image that I meant. Because what I meant was like snapping it like parked up or something.
Yeah, that's way too. That's like in the middle of Wales.
That's a shot. Yeah, that's a production shot. It's a car that doesn't exist.
Sure, take on the production line. Then enough room because none of them being made.
But yeah, this thing does not exist. It's a
top
fake
speed
car.
of 99 miles an hour.
Top speed of 99 miles an hour. It's a rebadged BR. Not a BRZ. It's not a rebadged BRZ. It's a rebadged Subaru.
The BRZ.
Yeah. It's a rebadged Subaru where not only is it a rebadged Subaru, but what was the Subaru called?
Probably something equally bad.
Electric SUV. Okay, good. I've got that search. But you can even see that the Subaru looks better. But you can see exactly where, for the lights, it's every single part of the car is the exact same. Except what they've done is they've fully taken out the headlights and then put in these like thinner ones, and instead of actually molding any new parts, they just also put in thin lights and a panel, essentially.
An interesting fact.
Yeah.
There's 4 editions you can buy. I reckon that's the 4 that are in the UK for a show.
Yeah.
You got the Pure, the Motion, the Vision, the Premier.
Yeah, those are okay. Yeah, these are...
How do you have a 6-second 0 to 60 but a top speed of 99 miles an hour?
Yep. This is a car that does
Does a brick
not
wall
exist.
just show up the second you hit 99 to constantly slow you down?
Yeah. God. Well, it's electric.
Carwell gave it an 8 out of 10. I do not believe that for a second.
People have reviewed it. They've pretended to review it, indeed. This is a whole conspiracy. It's the worst car of the year. It's a whole goddamn conspiracy.
That's a 50 grand, yeah.
But, yes, this thing runs away with worst car of the year. Obviously, it did beat out the BZ4X, the BZ4X, and the BZ4X, and the BZ4X. But I do think the BZ4X did deserve the win in the category that is worst car of the year. And yeah so it takes home that victory. Congratulations to Toyota. Maybe make a car next time.
Don't send us one of these, please.
No, you can keep these.
If you could find one, we don't want to.
Actually, I would have one of the rarest cars in the UK.
It would actually be one of the rarest cars in the UK,
exactly.
Which is impressive.
Okay, now I need to figure out how to get images for this next thing. There's that.
It just use more BZ4X images.
They're all just the BZ4X again, yeah.
Every category from here on out. I mean, it would win this next category. But...
it truly would, yes, it truly would. Okay, I think I'll need one more image. Yes, I do.
See that, like the other categories, we just gave up.
So, here we go. Where's the music? There it is. Your nominees for the next category, which is Best Innovation, is the new Koenigsegg gearbox innovation in the mix between a manual and automatic gearbox.
Look how good that car looked.
Mercedes locking your bonnet so you have to go to a Mercedes specific engineer to pay Mercedes premium prices to even open your Mercedes bonnet.
A C-Class is being shown, but it's on the EQE.
On the EQE with a subscription service to turn the car on at this rate. And your last nominee in Best Innovation Lucid Air, a surprise like come up with just bloody being a
Sapphire
fast car.
specifically, only the Sapphire.
Yes. The Lucid Air Sapphire, just being a bloody fast car. Like, god damn.
It's just rapid. Like it's.
How have they done that one? Yeah. But so I don't know much about the beginning one, which is the gearbox. You'd have to run away with that.
It is a gated manual.
Yeah.
That you can press a button and it becomes an automatic.
Huh.
But how they do it, I have no idea.
That does sound kind of cool. I mean, I would say it's genius, I suppose, as this thumbnail does say it is, yeah.
This looks like an engineer explained thumbnail.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's a pretty cool innovation. Manual and automatic. Be cool to see everywhere else, but exactly, yeah. It would be cool to see in other cars, but you wouldn't have to sell them separately.
I doubt your Astra's coming with this in the next 5 years.
I assume Koenigsegg has very much over-patented it as well, right? Like, I don't know if it's unique enough to patent. I assume it would be, but yeah. Very cool. I mean, what? Koenigsegg did that, like, one gear box as well.
Yeah, like a fluid that had, like, two spinning, like, fans, essentially.
Yeah. So, Koenigsegg do stuff with gearboxes, apparently. And, like this thing, make some pretty good-looking cars in the meantime. You know, so... But, yes. Best innovation. That's genuinely a really good innovation. Speaking of genuinely really good innovations, Mercedes locking your bonnet. So it's such an Apple move. It's
on
so
the
Apple.
EQE, you aren't allowed to open the bonnet.
Yeah.
Because
I assume if you do avoid
you
some
open the bonnet and
too.
they just start grabbing high voltage cables and eating them. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
The average Mercedes consumer doesn't know that electricity bad. I don't know.
Well, it's because the only person that can open the bonnet is a Mercedes license.
Going down, imagine being the dealer, the tech at the dealer. It's like,
yeah.
Having to open the bonnet again.
Yep.
Beep.
Yeah. It's like, it's just so anti-consumer. It's so Apple. And they do the subscription service thing, even though
BMW are flag for it, and they were like, you know what?
Yeah,
I like
we'll do
money
it too.
too.
Exactly. It's like, oh my god, what are they? I hope this never becomes a standard. I hope this never becomes a standard.
I know there's other cars with the thing you can't open the bonnet. I don't know. I think the new MG you can't either.
Have phone companies or have other phone companies started not having the charger in the box?
Samsung did ages ago. I think most do now.
Oh no. Bad innovation is still innovation. No.
Well, yeah, because if Apple can get away with it and it saves money, which its whole purpose is to save money,
then
everyone else can do it because it's like, well, he done it first.
Because they said it was like, oh, well, this will help with the environment because there's less packaging. There's more packaging because you then have to buy a charger separately.
It only comes with it has USB-C on one end and Lightning. I do not have a charger that is USB-C on this end.
And you have to, so then you have to go and buy a charger separately, which the charger's then going to have packaging.
And it has to get delivered. It has to get driven to a warehouse where it's stored, then driven to a depot, then driven to your house.
Exactly. Think about just the extra amount that then adds on to just having to deliver two things instead of one.
It's been shipped. It's come on a boat from China to the depot as well.
Yeah. So like, not only is it,
I guess big diesel boats are eco-friendly now.
It's insane. Like, it's the dumbest thing because it's so anti-consumer, and they've just so blatantly lied about the actual reason for it. God, Apple really caught a stray there, but they deserved it. Mercedes also, that should tell you how bad Mercedes is that we started ranting about Apple from it.
Imagine, like,
with a goddamn iPhone.
You can't open your own bonnet. It's such
my god.
Like,
my phone case has been Balenciaga this whole time. Oh no. Okay, let's put that to the side. I just realized my phone case is Balenciaga. Let's not. I need to order another one of those. Let's put that to the side for now.
It's cancelled.
Oh no. God. I just remembered it's a Balenciaga phone case. Oh no. Right. And the subscription service, you know what?
You order a Sidwatch one, merch.
Exactly. I might be able to do that actually. But yes, order a Sidwatch phone case. Do that. That's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna do that. And Lucid Air. So this just came out goddamn nowhere, right? They just made a fast car. and beat out Tesla as well, making it the fastest in the quarter mile.
It's the fastest production car quarter mile.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether it is 0 to 60, but considering it can do a 9.1 second quarter mile on normal road.
Yeah.
I'd assume it's quicker 0 to 60 as well.
Yeah, like, I mean,
because
the
thing, because it was on a normal road, both the Plaid and this on a 2.1 second 0 to 60. Because obviously grip. But yeah.
So yeah, I suppose they just bloody. I guess they know what they're doing. You know, I guess Saudi Arabia can make some fast cars. Is what we learn here today. But yes, you know what, and. I've seen the winner for this.
Yeah, I forgot you did this.
So the winner of Best Innovation goes to, of course, your nominees being the new switchable manual automatic gearbox from Koenigsegg, the Lucid Air being one of the fastest cars, and the Mercedes locked bonnet, which makes you go to a Mercedes-specific dealership to pay Mercedes-specific price to Mercedes to open the bonnet. So, if you've got AAA, I guess.
That has to be illegal, like that.
You better call Mercedes' own AAA, I suppose, because no more roadside service, I guess, because screw the consumer, as well as a subscription service for heated seats. Look at that! The winner's Mercedes!
Sponsored by Mercedes.
Yeah, sponsored by Mercedes. Buy a Mercedes today!
Buy the EQE so you cannot open your bonnet. Yep. They'll stop including wheels in the box at some point. I'm like, your car shows up when you do it. It's got my wheels on it. Just... but it's to save the planet. It's to save the planet. So you have to buy one separately that then have to get delivered.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like buying an iPhone, right? It's because it's a Mercedes, right? So you drive a Mercedes sedan so people know you're a drug dealer. It's literally...
Drive an electric E-Class is deserved, to be honest. Yeah.
It's literally owning it for the name and because it's the social thing, right? It's literally that now is what Mercedes is. But when they innovate... Like Apple's tagline could be innovating in inconvenience. I might tweet that. That's good. That's pretty good. But yes, oh god, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. Best innovation. I mean, realistically, it goes to Koenigsegg, but like they did something pretty impressive. Sure, whatever.
I'd say the Lucid's more impressive.
Would you say? Okay, yeah, Lucid can have it then, I guess.
just a 9.1 second quarter mile stock. In a car you literally go to the dealership and buy.
The Sapphire one does it stock, Can you buy it? I don't think you can buy it yet. So.
Not yet. But it starts at £238,000. Dollars.
Yeah. So. You've gone from Lucid hater, it'll never make market, to like, oh, it should. I hope it makes market.
It's beating Tesla, so my hate has shifted.
I'm just bringing up the cars for the next one, which
is the next category. Oh.
Yeah.
To be fair, the one that wins next category shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
I think it should be the one you like.
Let me put that there.
That's the second one, though. We really run out of stuff towards the
end. Yeah. So, I mean, I think technically that last one technically shouldn't be in this category. I don't think. Maybe I probably should.
No, I don't think it should either, to be honest.
Oh well. Who cares? Oh well. So your nominees for Best Refresh are the...
Get out of the way, just move on.
The Toyota Prius, the Vauxhall Astra, the electric Dodge Charger, and the Honda Civic Type R with
Is it a Charger or a Challenger? I always get them mixed up.
Charger Daytona, it's the Charger, yeah. I know, because people beg for the Challenger Red Eye, and that's not this one.
Oh, that's the 4-door. Challenger 4, Charger 2.
Challenger is Franklin's car, is that one. But, what's it called? Yes, the best refresh. This is a category for the best cars that,
It's kind of in the name.
Yeah, it's continuing a name. They've made the new car in that name. It's how good of a refresh. So it's not technically best new car. It's best new car for the name, right? But to begin off, one of a very impressive one, genuinely a very impressive one, the Toyota Prius. Because this thing was bad. It was for lack of... No, not for lack of a better word. That is the best word. It was bad. And then they did this. It just came out of nowhere. I remember we saw what was essentially the teaser for this, and we were like, oh, well, it's probably just going to be a Prius. And then we ended up seeing this thing, and it genuinely is very, very cool. Like, it's a good design for a Prius. It's a nice change. It's got the front looks well designed, and it's the first good-looking Prius, and it isn't going to be in the UK.
It's just a nice looking.
Yeah.
Is it two-door? Is it two or four? Four.
It's two-door. I mean, two on one side, I suppose. I counted 2 doors in the image, so it's
a four-door.
2 on each side, yeah.
So
it's the thing you handle.
Yeah, it's a shame we're not going to get it, because I reckon it would sell well.
Yeah, the thing, well, because taxi drivers have got to buy something, right? Like,
it's just a nice-looking car now. Like, it's...
Exactly, right?
It looks decent. It's got, like, for the dual-motor variant, it's like a 6-second 0 to 60.
Yeah, I feel like it might be done over, but if it looks like a car that would be a bit big. If this ended up being too big, I feel like that
it was
would make
obviously designed for the, what's it called, American market.
Yeah. Because, like, looking at it now, I feel like it would look really good in person.
It's very wide.
Size.
You could just tell by looking at it.
Right, like, I feel like it would look good at the right size. I don't know if it would look good at the wrong size, right? But genuinely a really good redesign of the Prius. It looks new. It doesn't look too extremely neo or whatever, right? Instead, it doesn't look like the older designs. It's got a good new design. The Vauxhall Astra, didn't know what else to put in this category.
It's a Vauxhall Astra. Opel Astra if you're anywhere else in the world.
Exactly. So it's a Corsa, but bigger. So think the Corsa, that's essentially an Audi A1. Now think bigger.
Corsa's based off the Citroen C. The Corsa is on the Citroen C3 platform, by the way. So the Corsa's a Citroen C3.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there you go. I suppose the Citroen C3 is also...
Which is also a Peugeot 208.
Yeah. But, God, they're all copying each other's homework. But, it's a bigger...
It's a car, it moves, I guess.
It's not going to win. I'm sorry if... I mean, you may have thought it might...
I don't think there's a single Vauxhall fan, to be honest.
Yeah, well.
I need a big
I'm a fan of the street. I'm a bigger fan of the Vauxhall Street than I am of the car. Next is the Dodge Charger. Talked about on the first episode of Stick Drift.
I would consider this a new model instead of a refresh.
I suppose, because it's EV, I guess. But, like, it's still got the name. So it
would
still
fit into both categories by definition, I guess.
Yeah, but it still has the name, therefore a refresh. I guess the real definitive thing on whether it's a refresh or not would be if they don't sell the other Charger when they bring this one to market, which I guess I don't think they would do. I think they'd still sell the old Charger. So I guess technically, no, it isn't a refresh. Because I guess a refresh would be that's the newer model. Like, that's the new model.
Oh, yeah, no, it's America. They'd never get away with that over there.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to stop selling the Charger. So I think that might be a DQ. I think that's a DQ right there. Oh my god, I've spoiled the Astra, now we've got a DQ. Oh no. And the last car, the Honda Civic. I mean, we've already talked about this thing. So it's between...
it didn't win the other category, so it could win this one.
So it's between the Civic and the Prius. And I believe you've seen the winner of this
we're only actually going to get one in the UK.
Yeah. Do we... I mean, you've said you've seen the winner. You believe that a different car should win.
Different than the only other one.
Yeah, maybe the Astra. You might have meant the Astra.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Astra wins car of the year now by default.
What does that say in the DMs? Oh my god, the Vauxhall Astra should win? Oh, I agree.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Oh no, I wasn't supposed to read it out loud. Yeah. You know what? It hurts me, but I think we'll keep it where it is, because I think it's not even really that much of a refresh. Because I think one before this is... I know, because I when I searched it, it came up.
We're not even going to get the other car.
I mean, we aren't going to get the other one, which really does suck. But the other one was... God, the one just before this was ugly. I feel like it... may have looked good at the time. Now we've got this one. No shot, really. But that one is just kind of this one. But yes, it's probably already obvious now. There's the music. And the winner, with this different envelope that is a different one to the one I've been
a different one
so
every
far.
time.
It has, yeah. I've got like it's actually like a this high. It's just off screen. It's like this high. Just a stack of them. So, your winner for Best Refresh of 2022. With your nominees, the Vauxhall Astra, the Honda Civic, and the Toyota Prius. Your winner is the Toyota Prius. Wins the Best Refresh of 2022. It may be a little bit, maybe the Civic should have gotten it, but I think that's a justified win. I say they did a good job.
For a car we're never gonna see, yeah, I guess.
But it was like, as a more objective look at it, yes, we're never gonna see it, but a very good car and a very good refresh. And next is, we're coming towards the end of the categories now. Oh no. There's still a few.
This next category was just throwing it up for shade. Like, why is that even? Why is the last section you're in that category?
This is a good category. Okay, this is a good category. I want you to know these images that I'm choosing are gonna be just the first images that come up. So I think that may only be a point to make for like one of them, but there we go. Okay, let me.
What's gonna show up for the bottom one?
Who even knows? Who even knows? There we go. Oh, what is that? Oh my god. Oh, that's disgusting.
I like the next category winner as well. That's about it.
Yeah. There we go. And so, your next category is Worst Brand of 2022. Oh look, the winner's Apple. But this is car brands. And your nominees are... let me bloody... Okay, yep. Oh, I closed the wrong thing. Oh my god, I'm an idiot is what I am. Let's keep that there. There we go. Your nominees are Citroen, Tesla, Mercedes, and Volkswagen for Dieselgate, because we really can't let them get away with that one. They're not allowed to forget that one. They will remember Dieselgate, whether it's the last thing the Stick Drift podcast does. They will keep
unless they send me a Golf R, then I would forget. Unless we
get a Volkswagen Dieselgate. Oh god, this is such an unfortunate... Like, there we go. It's just it's just bad weather, and they've been screwed over. Oh, that's terrible.
There's a bagger image.
It's just a Vauxhall dealership in the UK. But yes, your nominees are Citroen, Tesla, Mercedes, and Dieselgate.
You can tell we just ran out of ideas or effort towards the end. Especially in these next ones.
Citroen are sort of just in there because what is their lineup? What are they doing?
They have the C3, which is now an SUV, the Ami and the Ollie, which...
The only unique cars there. It's like...
And then the rest is SUVs and a van.
Yeah. They're essentially just here because it's like, Citroen, what are you doing? Right? It's like they haven't done a single...
If they weren't part of PSA, they wouldn't exist.
Exactly, right. And how long can they be rating cards for the foreseeable future? And yeah, obviously...
Bad joke. That was actually awful. I think you should win worst joke of the year.
You know what? Where's the music?
Category.
There's the music. And worst joke goes to... Oh my god, it's me making a PSA card rating joke. Whoa, there's a clap. Whoa.
I'm not even clapping for that one. It's not even deserved.
I think it is deserved, but there we go.
The award's deserved, the applause isn't.
Yeah. But yes, next obviously Tesla. I mean, the thing is, Tesla gets so much blowback just because Elon's an absolute nutter, right? They get he makes a mockery of himself, and it bounces onto Tesla is the thing.
They make so many false promises. The Royce was meant to come out in 2021, then 2022, and now it's 2023, which it won't come out in 2023.
Yeah,
Cybertruck's been delayed, conveniently.
Yeah, There's it's just shocking. There was the whole scandal in China, the one that went rogue with the brake lights going off but not braking, and then just somehow just went for it. 2 people did unfortunately pass away there, and Tesla was just like, well, wasn't us, right?
And they conveniently recalled like 400,000 cars with brake light issues
in China specifically as well. Yeah. Right, they
like
recalled that
in China, 300k in the US.
Yeah, exactly. Right, they recalled those. Also, their logging system is only readable by a Tesla specialist, so there's the bias there too. Wild. Right? Yeah, it's
And then you'll never guess who the next one is.
And Mercedes.
What?
Although they did have the best innovation this year. Although they did have the best innovation.
Oh, no. We gave them best innovation.
I better see these awards. You know how like when they market cars and stuff, they put like Car Wow Car of the Year or whatever. I better see
that
these.
Is the innovation. No, use that as their defense.
Yeah. Didn't you see the Stick Drift Awards? We won Best Innovation. We need badges made. We need we'll send the PNG of the badge to everyone. But yes. Mercedes we've already talked about, I suppose. Shocking.
And then Volkswagen's on there just because we couldn't think of anyone else.
And Volkswagen isn't getting away with not taking more stick for Dieselgate, okay? They beat themselves up about it. We're joining in, essentially. But,
I wonder who wins.
Yes, indeed. So, there's the music. And your winner for worst brand of 2022 between Citroen, Tesla, Mercedes, and Volkswagen for Dieselgate goes to Mercedes. Congratulations, 2-time Stick Drift. I've got a clap for that one.
Nice.
2-time Stick Drift Award winner.
2-time winner.
Mercedes-Benz winning twice at the Stick Drift Awards. We do expect 3 or 4 Mercedes now, preferably.
No, I don't want any. Can keep them.
Mercedes, yes, they've won 2 categories in the Stick Drift Awards. I didn't even remember that they won 2.
I didn't. I didn't. I don't think they win anymore, fortunately.
No, thankfully.
These next ones go off the just they just fall off. He was already starting to go to it just does this. Like why does the second to bottom one, why do they win?
I think we just couldn't be bothered to pick one.
This is an award show with integrity.
It really is. It really is.
The one above that deserves to win, actually, no, that is.
Exactly. I've got to find the image for this. I brought the image up before, but I can't manage to find it again.
My level 3 qualification in music technology qualifies me to talk on the subject, so.
Yeah. Let me find this bloody one. Okay. What is the... Oh my god, is my hashtag key working again? Oh my god, it is. Well, that's great. There's that. There's... What is the next thing? This category is the wildest car headline of the year, which is something we can do because obviously we're a podcast with car news.
I like the top one.
But the top, I don't know the actual headline, so I just, yeah. There's that. There's...
This is very high effort.
This one was. This is, yeah, I know, I'm having to copy paste the things. Oh, I found the exact article for that one. Okay.
Was that headline as cool as you're expecting?
It was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. And there we go. And there we go. Where's images? There they are. And your nominees for wildest car headline of the year are... I can't find the first image. But the first image. Where is it? I've lost the first image. Where's it gone?
That's award show.
Where's the first image? I don't know where it's gone. I had the first image. Oh, I'm gonna have to search it again. tell me this one brings it up. Oh my god, there it is. Okay, this is brilliant. Right, and there we go. Okay, let's put that there.
I have this pre-prepared.
There we go. And you're not. Maybe I'll make like a slideshow or something next time.
Yeah, so you could have had them in different folders for each category. Just opened it and it would have been there, but no, you gotta go find them.
Oh, your nominees are Man Sells Cars. I don't remember what it was. It was like, whoa, this billionaire or whatever sells crazy amount of cars, right? Something like that. Who knows?
Man Sells Cars.
One that we experienced live on the podcast. The exact headline: Florida's ban on street takeovers and drag racing on public roads starts today. This is one of your nominees.
I think it was explained to me afterwards by an actual American that it was legal if you had permission and the road was closed.
Oh.
But that headline makes it just sound like you just allowed to like a 200-mile-an-hour race, just down the middle of Florida for no reason.
4 million Teslas have been recalled in their history.
I think over 1 million of them were for taillight issues. In quotation marks.
The best, possibly if there was a category for funniest headline of the year, goes to
My favourite.
Tesla Roadster 2022 specs, prices, and release date. You never know. Maybe it'll come out in a couple months. In a couple days.
It's coming out.
It's gonna be this year.
It's no longer, given the specs, it's no longer gonna be the quickest production electric vehicle now.
Oh. Oh,
if it releases as intended, which they're struggling as it is.
If it releases full stop.
I reckon it's gonna get cancelled now because it's no longer gonna be the quickest. So why bother?
I mean, essentially, this is here for the 2022 in the title, is what it's there for, and release is what it's here for, this headline. But yeah, so we, this one we talked about on the podcast, something to do with tax. Yeah, Man Sells Cars, really. This one we've sort of discussed,
that's
funny. And this one is just funny because people think Teslas will exist. And Tesla just had to catch 2 strays, so we just gave Tesla 2. Yeah,
couldn't leave out the slander. So.
Exactly. Yeah, Tesla. We can't not slander them.
Wonder who the winner is.
The winner is. Well, oh my god. Oh look, it's the envelope. Whoa, oh whoa, it was.
Why is it bought out yet?
It's. I know. Yeah, it is Tesla 2022.
What?
Spec, prices, and release date. Oh, look, they're applauding. Whoa, wait.
They sent me a Roadster. I'll take back all previous statements.
Exactly. If they had any to send.
They made one. They did make one.
Yeah. To be fair, the genuineness of the awards returns for a minute here. I feel like this one feels a bit more of like a genuine award.
Doesn't get much more genuine afterwards, unfortunately.
So... The next, oh god, it isn't that, is it? The next one is, the next category is Best Car Media. And your nominees are God damn it, I did it again. Grand Tour Scandi Flick. Lamborghini. The man behind... I've not even got the music on. Oh my god.
The Legend? Yeah, the
Legend. Grand Tour, a Scandi Flick. Lamborghini, the man behind the Legend. And because we've had literally nothing else to put in this category, like what...
I didn't even know this existed until yesterday.
Like, so. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's nothing else to put in this category.
We didn't even pre-fire ages.
Yeah, then we've got... Oh, cars on the road! Because there's nothing else to put in this category. So, yes. Now, we did talk about and review the Scandi Flick. I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, your only real complaint was that... it felt kind of fake, which... It's the stuff where, like, you can tell a producer would step in and be like, it would be really funny if you did this.
Yeah. And it would have been better without all the... What if I just press? Without all the fake...
Yeah. Like, whoopsie, the flamethrower's gonna go on. Whoopsie, it's gonna blow up the thing. Oh. But then I feel like a lot of it made up for it, right? Like, there was the bit where James May was stuck in ice. There was the
where he almost dies. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was crashing the tunnel.
In fact, did he not almost die twice?
Yeah.
They were really out for James in that one, but yeah, that one was a fun one. The Scandi flick out September 16th, and yeah, I watched it and it was very enjoyable. I want to say it was one of the first things I watched on, first things I laid down to watch on my new TV when I got it. So yeah, it was pretty enjoyable.
I think that's part of the contest.
I know it doesn't really add to it. Doesn't add to it. No bias.
Best TV series watched in bed is the next category.
Exactly. Yeah. And Lamborghini, we didn't even end up watching it. We said we would. We will. We haven't. But yeah, it's got an 8 on Rotten Tomatoes, but it is good.
8%. Not an 8 out of 10.
8%. It's the most generic, pick brand, pick CEO, original CEO, and make a book waffle origin story, right? They made one for Apple.
I've actually seen it, so it might not be.
Exactly, true. But they made one for Apple, they made one for Gucci, they made one for Facebook. It's just the default, this is brand, founder, whatever movie, right? It's nice that it's got Lamborghinis, I guess. Whatever. And Cars on the Road. Haven't seen it either. Mater's sister's in it, and she's pretty fit. That's all I know. Someone put an image of her. You know what? Let me find an image of Mater's sister.
It's a car.
This is Mater's sister. I don't know what. There she. Off. She's a different
never mind.
breed. Look at that.
Statements.
Oh, she's classy. Look at the curves. You know it's big when you can see the back from the front. Is all I'm saying.
Even a different postcode. Jeez.
But yeah. Oh, it's like a Chrysler in the background. Oh my god, wow. There's a Chrysler in the background. That's kind of cool. And what looks like, I don't know, like a BMW. But yes. There's only one person that really should win it. I mean, I guess there's really only one that. Let's play the music.
Yeah.
And by the way, no, we're not ironically giving it to Lamborghini. But yes. So obviously the winner there's the music, is the new card, a different one to all the other cards. And the winner it's Top Gear. God damn it, it's Grand Tour. A Scandi flick. Great job, fellas. You made the only passable car media this year. It's I swear there's more car medias in years. Was it just a bad year for car media? Did we miss anything? Because it really felt like there was nothing. I guess
there was just nothing.
And next, we are on the... I mean, you could tell because it's normally the end segments of the podcast. But the next category is Best Car Gaming Moment. Let me bring up...
The winner of this was outrageous. But it's deserved. It's deserved.
For this one, I'm going to bring up all the categories first. Instead of searching them in real time. There's that. There's that. I don't even know if there's an image for this. There we go. Okay, a high-res image, please. Thank you. Let me grab this. I mean, for us, I don't know. What have we played this bloody year? I don't know.
Not much.
No. I mean, Forza didn't even come out this year. We verified that during this, actually. No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, played The Crew. Here we go. So, your nominees for the third to last, and the last one isn't really going to take very long. The third to last category of the Stick Drift Awards. We're coming near the end. Your nominees are... God, it's a bit too loud. Let me turn that down a little bit. There we go. Your nominees are the Ferrari in Fortnite. Don't laugh. The Hummer in Warzone. The Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels expansion. And Need for Speed Unbound's release. A latecomer. Those are your nominees.
Put it like this, it sounds ridiculous.
It's like one of the two biggest AAA
games releases, games. Big games expansion, and the winner is
The
winner could be any of them.
It could be any of them. I mean, Unbound, it was a pretty good release. Mostly positive all around the board. Definitely noticeable issues with the game, though. The Forza Horizon expansion, I feel like it came up, again, it was a reused idea. It's their first reused idea for an expansion. They did it in, what, 3 before? And, yeah, people just kind of were like, it's kind of bad, but, like, I feel like people enjoyed it for what it was. It's just it wasn't a lot, right? Like, you finished it incredibly quickly. I still haven't finished it.
You haven't even, like you've even got 20% in or something.
I've A cars are the only ones I have. The Hummer EV in COD. I enjoyed this one. That was genuinely one of the better ones, right? Like, better than release of a game and expansion. The Hummer EV, a very cool run as a gaming moment, car gaming moment this year. And the Ferrari in Fortnite. Yes, this Ferrari, a new one, was in Fortnite Battle Royale for roughly... I don't even know how long it was for. I wish I did a video on it. I don't even know if it was this year at this rate. But God. The Ferrari in Fortnite, one of the best things that has happened in gaming this year. Like, let alone car gaming.
I didn't even play it.
I didn't play it either, but it was probably pretty good.
It's so funny. It's just like I opened my wake up one day.
Just there's a Ferrari in Fortnite.
So odd.
The alliteration makes it 10 times better. I don't know. Either a psychology or an English student can tell me why, but the like Ferrari in Fortnite, it's just funny to say. And you know what? We'll blitz through these last few. Your winner for Best Racing Game Moment of the Year. Your nominees being the Ferrari in Fortnite, the Hummer in Warzone, the Forza Horizon 5 expansion, and Need for Speed Unbound's release. Your winner goes to, in this fresh envelope, well, it goes to the Ferrari in Fortnite. Ooh, that's a deserved win right there.
It beats Need for Speed Unbound's release. It's just that
good. We didn't even play it.
It's funnier though.
It's so much funnier. And hey, crew didn't win it, so no biases here. See, no one can say crew bias. But yes, there you go. And your second to last category.
A crew category. What do you mean? Crew couldn't have won it.
What's the what?
Crew couldn't have won it. There was no crew category.
Yeah, but they what's it called? They had updates. An update is a gaming moment. Clearly, you're not a crew fan like I am.
Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur.
Exactly. A crewnoisseur, if you will.
If you will, yeah.
Let me get some images for this one. That.
This next winner is outrageous. I can't...
No spoilers.
You haven't even played the pod, right? You barely played one of these. You only played one of them.
And this one is for, because a lot of what is it? Is it Sport or 7? That gives it away. But what is the current one? Is it 7 or Sport? Okay, 7.
Sport's old.
Yeah. Sport's the one I've played. Jill got the flashlight. What was that?
You're a liar.
Yeah. So your nominees. This is a category because many racing games, they keep going, right? They don't just last a year. They don't just last a year of release. They're ongoing. So to recognize the efforts of a long-term racing game, this is the category for Best Ongoing Racer. And your nominees in this category are Need for Speed. I closed the Need for Speed Unbound tab.
Need for Speed Unbound isn't listed on my list.
Need for Speed Unbound. Is it not?
No.
Oh, right. It's technically not even an ongoing racer. Never mind. Forza Horizon 5. The Crew 2. Do we even have much else on here? Oh, I didn't even put them down. I didn't. Alright. I forgot to put that.
This is shambles.
Car X Drift, who I remembered to put. And Gran Turismo 7. Yes. Essentially, anything in the market right now that's still getting updates, really. Like, what other racing games are still getting updates? I guess the races, right? The F1s and those ones.
If you said Asphalt?
Technically, it's not a nominee.
If you look at the same list I am,
I know. It's not a nominee, though. It's so, what's it called? The nominees, the official nominees...
We just freestyle it now, is it just...
It's not a nominee. It's your nominees are Forza Horizon 5, The Crew 2. Now, Forza has had the expansion.
That was like, what?
And Cars? I mean, they do a lot, I guess, right? They... To be fair, all the stuff that they've added is stuff that they added to 4. So it's like the Eliminator, all that stuff's from 4. They just add cars. That's all they do, really.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they do have a good thing, which is they give a lot to the players with the lab thing, right? But, like, whatever, I guess. The Crew 2 has had 3 updates this year.
None of them good.
The Into the Storm, Forsberg, and American Legends.
Forsberg and Frozen Dominion.
Frozen Dominion, exactly. Dominion, Frosberg together, of course. And they've had a bunch of cars added, notable cars. Chiron 300 plus, Countach
is plural. I wouldn't know.
Countach is, yep. Car X Drift. They add stuff. I don't know. Goofiest does a video every now and then, so I assume they add stuff, I guess. And Gran Turismo 7. They got 3 cars. We talked about those 3 cars in the podcast. They got 3 cars. And they add stuff. I don't know what they really add, but what can you add to Gran Turismo? Tracks?
Cars.
I guess cars,
tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they add tracks. At least they add tracks,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. They added a track at some point.
But I mean, Forza's been notably dogged on for having bad, keeping the game running, I guess. At least they're doing anything, right? Need for Speed has had updates confirmed, though, so that's a good thing.
On Twitter, nothing official.
True. Cars was one of those things, though.
Tweeted a reply.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though, because they did say Cars is one of the things, and that's one of the main things. But, yes, your winner of Best Ongoing Racer, with your nominees being Forza Horizon 5, The Crew 2, Car X Drift, and Gran Turismo 7. Your winner for Best Ongoing Racer from... Actually, this one is the last envelope. This one's on the last one. We started to run out of budget here. This one's written on the same one. And your winner is... Asphalt, whichever one they're on, because none of these guys really deserve the win. I don't know. What are they doing? They haven't written down. Yeah. We kind of just put Asphalt down to win, even though it wasn't a nominee, because, like, what are these guys doing? We couldn't decide.
Yeah, they won.
Asphalt wins. Asphalt, give us the amount of money you make.
This started off serious and is now Asphalt winning.
And finally, you know what?
Second ending, actually. I forgot
I'm not even going to try and get an image for these. The final category, and on a grand one. The
Motorsports Moment of the Year.
Moment of the Year. This can range from sad to upsetting to shocking to fun to brilliant. Josh, take away the Motorsports Moments of the Year.
I'll take you this thrilling.
I'll play the music too.
It's F1 specific because...
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, wait. Right, this is F1 specific. Let me... Oh, I haven't... I guess I'll send you it.
Huh?
Bloody... that. And you know what? I guess that would win, really. But
that wins. Yeah, I like that on the end, I guess.
Okay, yeah, but yes.
Will it be on? Yeah.
Okay.
Max Verstappen won in Japan. Ooh, hyped. That was an interesting race.
He never does that.
He's never done that before.
He doesn't win.
He won the World Championship.
Yeah, barely.
Zhao got absolutely violated by George in the UK, so I mean...
He went upside down?
And they're updating the roll hoop because of that, because it broke somehow.
Oh.
Which it shouldn't have. Red Bull broke the cost cap and get virtually no punishment,
Whoa!
so everyone's breaking the cost cap next year.
I know, right?
Gotifi leaves Williams!
No! Our
Top 10 heartbreaking moments.
Personal heartbreaking The heartbreak winner.
And surprise final entry to this category.
Because I just remembered it.
That cool gift. NASCAR Wall Ride.
The NASCAR Wall Ride. Yes, and you know what? I'll leave the music going. The winner of those motorsports moments. It's the only one that was really relevant enough to talk about. Well, it's the NASCAR Wall Ride, ain't it? That one was
the Gotifi leaving wins in our hearts.
Yeah,
it's truly emotional.
The Gotifi Wall Ride, really, it should have won. It was definitely the most heartbreaking moment. But the NASCAR Wall Ride was big, and it was around for when it happened. It was also a very funny thing to see. But yes, that is the end of the first annual Stick Drift Awards. Thank you for watching the Stick Drift podcast as you have this year. Here's to a full year of going on into 2023, and let's hope we haven't even missed an episode by the next annual Stick Drift Awards. Maybe we will have. Maybe the name will change. Maybe how we do it might change. Yeah, probably. But you know what? I think this went pretty well. All things
something's gonna happen.
But yes, thank you for watching.
Make sure to comment 150 meters of war resistance in the comments.
That or Gotifi should have won.
Have a war. Which one of those statements is more factual?
Yeah. Team Gotifi should have won, or Team 150
meters of war
resistance. We'll see you boys.
Or Ferrari and Fortnite.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of the three.
Comment your favorite winner.
Yeah.
I feel like Christmas is coming up. It's only normal to give us we put in so much work for this podcast, so I think it's only normal to, I guess, one of the weeks off during this upcoming time. What is it? Next episode would be the 24th, so I think we'll give ourselves a week off. We'll see you boys.
I deserve it for all we
really
look at me,
do.
I deserve
exactly, it. Yeah. We'll see you boys back on the 1st, which we might actually have to move that one to. I mean, I guess we could film that on the 30th because, you know, my birthday's then and everything. But yeah, we'll see you boys probably like
at some point.
Right, at some point. Thank you for watching the Stick Drift podcast this year. Have an amazing rest of your day. Yeah.
We can record. I've got the week of Christmas off, so we could record one during the week. And upload on the Saturday.
And then exactly. And there you go, boys. So we'll see you boys in the next one. In a bit.